Oh my, oh my, oh my. I don't know how I missed this. My man Ty Bernicki writes in the Forbes headline, you may be able to retire earlier than you think. And if you've been following my channel at all, you know that if I wasn't married to my B and C and I went that direction, I would say, Ty, would you be my husband? Ty is, look, I've never met this guy. I've traded emails with him back, friggin' 5 years or so ago. But again, the dude just started me off in 2005 with a Journal for Financial Planning article, The New Retirement Reality. And it set everything on fire for me, that everything we were doing before in retirement planning was wrong. Ty was right, and the rest is history. So let's read this. Again, I don't know how I missed this. In Forbes, Dateline, May 31st, 2019. You may be able to retire earlier than you think. Ty Bernicki is the president and senior wealth manager at Bernicki Wealth Management in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. All right. Much of the research done on how much money can safely be withdrawn from retirement accounts focuses on an initial amount that is withdrawn in the first year of retirement and then assumes this initial amount is increased every year by inflation. So what does this look like? Is it realistic? What does this practicality mean for you as an investor? A widely accepted study on this topic was Bengen's 4% rule, which he used half large company U.S. stocks and half intermediate treasury bonds. To arrive at this figure, he assumed that every year the amount withdrawn would increase by an inflation factor, and that based on the historical investment returns of this investment classes mentioned above, a portfolio could withstand the type of withdrawal for at least 30 years, thus the 4% rule. And again, Bengen did not coin that phrase, other people did. For an example, if an investor starts with $1 million, he took out 4,000, that'd be 44%, that'd be 4%, that'd be 40,000 the first year. Just by inflation at 3%, the next year or two will be 41,200 and so on. Bengen's 4% rule has been challenged. Some have argued that's too high, while others have suggested you can start with more than 4% if you apply certain rules during poor market conditions. However, the assumption of inflation adjustments is usually still present. Despite the fact that financial planning profession has generally accepted inflation adjustments when conducting retirement planning, there is a growing body of knowledge that this assumption may artificially overestimate how much you need. In my experience with helping clients with retirement planning over many years, it's rare that clients will request inflation adjustments from their investment income. This observation led me to write my 2005 reality retirement planning that, again, I thought was the seminal research on retirement spending. Now he got off the backs of some other researchers back in the late 90s. That was late 90s. I didn't read that other research. I just read Ty's. I was like, oh, and then I read Kotlikov, and Scott Burns. I said, man, we've been doing this all wrong. In that article, I incorporated reduced spending data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics into retirement income planning. Critics of the article suggested that the data was not an accurate reflection on true spending reductions and would not be substantiated that spending reductions were done voluntarily. And I've said this before, friggin' tick me off, man. Jonathan Clements says, oh, well, maybe they're spending less because people are running out of money. And Ty said, yeah, it might be. But show me the evidence of that. I mean, where's the freaking evidence of that? There isn't any. So Clements is like, well, other people, this is wrong because people run out of money. Okay, that's fine. Show me the evidence. I'm showing you my evidence. You show me your evidence. You have no evidence. I have abundant evidence. And then on top of that, his anecdotal evidence with his own clients. On top of the BLS numbers. On top of now, we got HRS numbers. We got Consumer Expenditure Survey, which is BLS. HRS, and then CAMS, Consumer Activity. I can't remember what CAMS stands for. It's another article. Research study by the government. There's another one too. I'm drawing a blank. We got England that talks about the same thing. Germany, the same thing, man. Since that article is published, additional research has been completed using updated data. One particular study was summarized by the EBRI, Employee Benefits Research Institute, using data from 1992 to 2015. Well, all the numbers were used in 2015 dollars. The study found that households with under $200,000 in non-housing assets saw an asset drop of about 25% in the first 18 years of retirement. Retirees, saw an asset drop of 25%. Retirees who had over $500,000 to start with, spent down an average of 12% during their first 20 years of retirement. Roughly a third of retirees had more assets 20 years into retirement than they started with. A third, 20 years later, had more. This new research, when coupled with past research, should imply, he says could imply, that many retirees tend to spend less by choice rather than by necessity. Reduced real spending needs in retirement can have significant implications as that applies to the size of the nest egg you need. It's especially significant when considering that some forms of retirement income may increase, including Social Security, and in some cases, pensions. The increases in some forms of retirement income can help further alleviate pressure on the portfolio. Yep, 100%. If you use Bengen's research and assume you'll need to adjust your income upward every year throughout retirement, then you may plan on needing to either save more, spend less, or retire later. Yep. However, if you believe that your later years in retirement will be reduced by real spending needs, similar to many clients I've worked with, and me and many people you've seen, your own parents, you may be able to retire earlier than the traditional retirement planning would imply. As with any type of financial planning, the actual real spending decrease, if any, can vary greatly, so do your own research. Could not agree more. Of course, there's no comments on here. Anyway, so 100% right. Could not agree more. And we'll open up that EBRI study for later, for another video. But just FYI, man, if you're not, let's just take a gander, shall we? Oh, I love EBRI. That's for Sudipto, Banerjee. Right there, Banerjee. The man of all men. All right, we'll see. Love it. Comment.